Okay. Eagle has landed. Something like that.
Welcome. Welcome. Well, that seems appropriate. Is this hell or is this heaven? Welcome to the WakeUp Show. By the looks of it, you are awake. I am Wolf Thunderfleety. I am the host of the show, and as you can see, I am still in the basement. Something must have gone awfully wrong with the aligning of the stars, because I was supposed to end up in San Francisco, have the show from someplace overlooking the Golden Gate Bridge, and just have like some sort of glamorous life that I imagined everyone imagining. But I'm still here. Turns out planting seeds takes time. I guess I'm an impatient patient. I've been doing this now alone for this is like the 41st episode. And then we did like 19 episodes with Rabbe. I'm really enjoying this. But the finances keep knocking on the door. Seems like reality is like pushing in on all sides about making a real having a real job, making real money. I feel this, and I guess what was the name of the episode? Giving up on life. I not at all feel like giving up on life, but obviously like the feeling of, do I have to give up this, my dream, to stay connected with reality, to provide for my family, to be a key player in the game of life? Because there is something to, like living, if you're living in a dream, are you sort of, do you have your legs planted in reality, or is it just sort of puffy clouds and wishy-washy? And then that's like, is it failure? Am I failing? I don't feel like I'm failing. I have to admit, I feel like I am succeeding tremendously because I'm doing something that I wanted to do. But obviously it's when we start closing in on this season ending, and I'm in no way, shape or form in the neighborhood even of this being a sustainable thing. I mean, then summer comes along, and then after summer comes autumn, and yeah, I don't think the mortgage is gonna just stop by itself. Okay, just needed to get that off my chest. Also, I bought a new car, which doesn't really matter, and then the car broke down. So now I have a car. I bought a car and it doesn't work. That's life in all its glory. But I'm still here, and I think it's time we run the intro.
Live from the dream, aka Drummond, it's the Wake Up Show with your host, Wolf Thunderfleety.
I guess the intro is over now. Sorry. Things got heavy on the moon carpet over there. But this is a new day with one of my dream guests. We've been working like, it feels like for ages to get get my favorite guests ever on this show. But before we have my guest on, I have this thing, have this great concept. It's working flawlessly. It's called patreon.com/thewakeup show, where you can support the show and make it a sustainable enterprise for me and my wonderful dream. To all my patrons, thank you so much. I love you guys. I realize now that this pitching of Patreon doesn't work half as well as I had hoped it would. Why is it not working? It seems so, it's like it's just a link and you go in there and you give money to this guy who is making this show, and some have and others haven't, and I guess I need to approach this differently in order to succeed in my ventures. Well, throat got all dry, and here in the dream there is a magical place that serves wonderful organic cacao, vegan, non-refined sugar, delicious beverages, and also cakes, and Criollo is the name of the place. I think it's named after a cacao bean. And you can go there and get your fill of life's joyful drinks and eatables. I have this cup of cacao, and I will drink it now because I'm thirsty, and also because it's delicious. And also because I feel like Agent Cooper from Twin Peaks, because he drinks his coffee and he seems to enjoy so much, and I don't really like coffee, which is a completely different story. And if for some strange reason you are not living in the dream, you can order your cacao products from ecochocolate.no and make your own cakes or drinks, or what else can you use cacao for? I don't know. Maybe you can sprinkle it on top of your coffee. I'm sorry, I'm completely out of bounds now. We shall wheel it in very nicely. As I said, we have a great show here tonight because we have a great guest. This is a dear friend of mine whom I've been so fortunate as to dance with in the form of hip-hop. But enough of me talking about this wonderful guest. Let's bring the guest into the studio, shall we? Karianne, come on into the studio. Welcome.
Thank you.
I would hug you, but there's still a plague.
Yeah.
And we'll save that for later. Welcome to the Wake Up Show.
Thank you.
It's so great to have you here.
Yeah. Finally.
Finally, it has happened. Years in the making.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, we've been dancing together for quite some time in the subtle art of hip hop.
Yes. 5 years, I guess.
Is it that? It's been
so.
that long. Yeah. Mm. Well, it feels like we're sort of like a family or a tribe.
Yeah.
Well, we are.
The Attic family.
The Attic family. And Attic has now been saved by the Dream commune. So we can continue.
We can. Yay.
That's pretty yay, actually, because that's the one of the highlights of the week. Mm. The joy of dancing. And also because it's hard and difficult and sometimes almost impossible. It's a challenge.
It is.
Yes. Now, you also helped me confront my fear of horses a while back.
I did.
You did, because you are also a horse person.
Yeah.
We can watch a clip from that. That went great,
yes,
by the way.
It did.
Great.
Yeah.
I do believe I have found my roots. I am a horseman. rider of horses. I think my Indian ancestors would be really proud of me. Just two bros in nature. We got this.
Yeah, it seems like the perfect reason to become a patron at least. But you know, I thought I was afraid of horses.
Yeah.
Turns out I was just hadn't dared confront that fear and realized that I love horses.
Yes, you do. Imagine that.
Imagine that. So
I told you so.
You
though.
did.
Yeah.
It's always great to be able to say I told you so, right?
Yeah, it is.
But this episode is not about horses directly.
No.
We're gonna go off the deep end. We're gonna go into like the nitty-gritty things in life.
Yeah.
And we've talked about this a couple of times. Death, suicide, I believe, is the word.
Yes, it is.
Because you lost your brother, Marius.
Yeah. 9 years ago.
9 years ago. And obviously, I came in close connection with this thing where someone decides to end their own life when my cousin Magnus left this earth in 2020.
Yeah.
And it's not something we people talk about a lot, is it?
No. It's a tough subject to touch, I guess.
Yes.
So I think many people are afraid of talk about it. And I understand that. Maybe I also would have felt that way if someone I knew had lost some of their loved ones.
Yes.
Maybe I would have been afraid of talking about it, but when it happened to me, I found out that I had to talk about it, or else I would have gone mad, I guess, completely. Yeah, because it's such a big thing and such a terrible thing when it happens to you. Lightning struck down out of nowhere. You know? Yeah, and it's
One day
brutal.
he was there.
Yeah, and
Another
it's
day he was
so
gone.
brutal when it happens that way.
Yes, I've thought about, you know, and I've heard people talk about this. It's like this. The person whom you love is both the murderer and the victim.
Yeah,
And also dies with the sort of, well, any sense of the real, like, closure, I guess.
Yeah. So many questions afterwards for
Yeah.
those who's left behind. Questions you will never get an answer to. And it feels so unnecessary that he died. Because he wasn't sick, it wasn't an accident. He did it to himself,
Yeah.
and he shouldn't have.
Unnecessary, because there's so many other options, it feels like, right?
Yeah.
Like you can do like this and that, and then all of a sudden someone just sort of ends it all.
Yeah, without even ask us who love him for help.
Yeah.
And that's what almost killing us as well, to think about that. That we didn't get the opportunity to help and find solutions together with him. That's things that kind of eat you up afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why didn't he say something? Why couldn't he let me or other one who loved him help him see some solutions? why? All these questions. Because I think that if he had chosen otherwise, then 9 years later, now, maybe he would have a perfect life. Maybe he would have been really happy if he just was hanging in there and let us help him.
Yeah.
And that's something that I think I never, ever can let go of thinking about. He should have been here.
Yeah. It's, I've been on this planet for 43 years.
Yeah.
I have never attempted to commit suicide ever.
No.
But I have thought about the idea many times.
Yeah. I think many people have done that.
Yes.
But it's...
But we rarely talk about that. And,
Yeah.
and last couple of days have been rough because I'm looking sort of at my project, this show which we are in right now, like I talked about in the introduction, and I cannot live off of this.
No.
Which means that I have to stop.
That's sad, and it's your dream.
And it's my dream, but at the same time, there are things more important than this show. My family is more important than this show. I can't only sort of like push forward with this idea that it needs to be my way or and at any cost. But when my mother talked to me earlier today, she asked me, "How are you doing, Ulf?"
Yeah.
Do you know what I said?
No.
Can you guess?
Fine.
I said, "I'm fine, Mom."
Yeah.
I lied.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't fine.
No.
And what sort of struck me is that regardless of how I feel inside, and I might feel horrible, and if people ask me, I will say, "No, I'm fine." Or I make a joke about it in a way that it's sort of like, "Oh yeah, the car. I just bought the car broke down."
Yeah.
The irony of life, but I'm fine.
Yeah. Right. But Markus also always said he was fine.
Yeah.
Always. The last phone call I asked him, I remember the call very well, and "How are you? Are you fine?" I knew that there had been some things that had happened, but he said, "Yeah, okay, I'm fine. How about you?" That was always what he said. He never got into something heavy about himself, but always asked us around him. And I tried to ask, but you can't force anyone.
No, you can't.
To let it out there. And I guessed, okay, then he is fine then. He says it's over and over again. But I've stopped telling people that I'm fine if I'm not. If my mom asks me, "How are you?" and I'm not fine, then I tell her.
You tell her.
Yeah. And I want that from others to me too. I need them to tell me if they're not fine, so I can help them. I can't afford to lose someone else.
No.
No.
And I guess that's the tricky part about, well, suicides are not, they don't seem to disappear. Like, our society grows richer and wealthier, but at the same time, people keep giving up.
Yes, they do.
I can only speak for myself and my experience, and of course, when the thought, like the rationale about would it be better if you were dead,
I realize that it's always me looking at the people around me, and then I try to sort of do some sort of accounting as to would it be easier for them? Like, say when I'm depressed, and I'm like, I'm now just a liability. I'm just pulling everyone else down. Wouldn't it be easier if I weren't here?
The answer to that is no.
And the answer is no, right?
Yeah.
But what surprises me, because I know this, is even though I know for a fact that the world would be worse off if I ended my life, there is still a part of me who managed to make it seem just like, no, it's you are
too important.
No, the other way around. You're pulling everyone else down,
Yes.
so it would be better.
Yeah.
And it's like, what is this force? And again, like, some people feel so lost
Yes.
in this life, feel so isolated, feel so alone.
But if they just could talk to someone about it
Yes.
and hear what other people would say, people that love them, none of them would have said, yeah, that would be better if you were dead. None of them, because it's so much worse.
It is.
The pain that the person who kills himself have disappear for them.
Yeah, but it just
you
get
pass it on
transferred
to the other ones, and we have to live with it for the rest of our lives,
Yeah.
and be so scared that someone else will do the same.
Yeah.
But for me, that's something that is a big issue in my life. Always afraid that it would happen again. I have to make sure it won't happen again with someone I love. And even though I know I can't help everyone, but that scares me. So I use so much energy to find out if the people I love are okay, and if they're not okay, what can I do? And thinking about, I really hope that things gonna be okay. And I'm always scared if people are not okay. It's like, so some of them have said to me, I almost feel I can't tell you if I'm not okay because you are so scared that I will kill myself then. But that's the whole point. You have to tell me so I can be there, right? It's so important.
But it's as humans, why on earth do we push people away when we sort of?
I think you won't bother other people with your stuff.
Right.
You don't want to be a burden or things, but what's the alternative?
Yeah. There was this beautiful film, It's a Wonderful Life. People typically watch it around Christmas, where the main character is the whole thing falls apart, like he's broke, and then he owes money, or like, so he's screwed.
Yeah.
And then he's like, well, the only reasonable thing to do is for me to kill myself because the life insurance will fix
the
it.
Others. It will fix the financial, but
yes, and
not the other
that's just
things.
the thing, right? Is why on earth, and again, it's like when I sort of sit back into my own when I have this discussion with myself, it's like, why on earth does everything revolve around money when we come to the most important thing in life, which is your actual life?
Yeah.
Then you start looking at checks and balances. What the hell?
Yeah.
That's crazy. And what's so beautiful about the film is that he gets
to see what the world looks like
Okay.
without, if he were never there.
Yeah, right. What if everyone got that opportunity? Then I think no one would have killed themselves if they understood what that meant for those
Yeah.
who's left behind, who love them.
Right?
Yeah.
And how on earth, because I cannot understand it any differently than that love is the most powerful force in the universe.
It is.
So what on earth is this force that pulls you down under?
Yeah.
And have you rather end it than to tell people who love you that you've messed up, you've failed?
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of it is in that, why on earth am I not telling the truth
Yeah.
when my mom asks me how I feel?
And maybe she sensed that something is wrong. That's maybe why she asked.
Yeah.
And all you say is, I'm fine, I'm fine.
And you know, it like with my wife,
Yeah.
which is the hardest part, because I know that she knows me really well.
Yeah.
So she can see it when I'm struggling. But I will be saying, no, it's fine.
Yeah.
And the worst part, I think, is I tell it to myself.
Yeah. Stop doing that. Start to be honest.
Yeah.
Both with yourself and the people around you. I know it's easy to say, but it's better. Because
It
they
is.
who love you, they want to help you, right? To find some solutions.
Yeah.
And there are always solutions.
Is it like a stubbornness? Like I want to prove that I
Yeah.
can make it myself.
My own. Yeah.
And then it's almost like, well, then it's better if.
Yeah, a pride or something.
Yeah,
But
there's a lot of factors playing
Yeah.
into the thing.
but to hell with that. To hell with that pride,
Yeah,
I say.
what is with that pride? Yeah,
Yeah.
to hell with
Stupid
it.
thing. I think.
Because like some of us are walking around in a real hell, which is unbearable, but we can't see it. And you know, the story of my cousin is somewhat different because he was struggling for a long time,
Yeah.
and I met him maybe close to a year before he decided to leave, and he told me like how painful it was to be him.
Yeah.
Because he sort of just messed everything up, and he felt like a total and utter failure, and like and even though I and his family told him that we loved him,
It was not enough.
it was not enough. And then also and then trying to sit with that is sort of like this. That was his decision to make, and that's what sort of I think really breaks my heart, is that we cannot decide for other people whether they want to live or not.
No. Just have to accept what they did, and that's hard.
It's hard, right?
Yeah, and I don't think that you completely will accept it, maybe. I know I won't, but I find a way to live with the pain, you know,
Yeah.
and not let it be all of me, but it definitely will be a part of me for the rest of my life. And that's what I have to accept.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's tough. though.
It's tough. It does. What happens when we die?
No one knows.
No one knows. But now your brother and my cousin know.
Yeah.
I guess there is. there is sort of like there's a great void here, right? Where it's like they've gone somewhere that we cannot
be with them.
Mm. That pain is also a testament to the fact that they are, in a sense, still here.
Yeah.
In us.
Yeah.
In the living memory that sort of is.
Yeah, they always will be, and I think that's kind of beautiful too. Even though it's painful, maybe it would have been better if you could manage to just put it away. But I can't do that because I have to have him with me, you know.
Yeah.
It's bad enough that he's not here physically anymore, but I have to take him with me every day. He's a part of me. He lives in my heart now.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's both very painful and very beautiful at the same time.
It is.
That's what's so tricky about life.
Yeah. It is. Yeah, I know.
It's a lot of sorrow and pain.
Yes, it is. But it's not only that.
But it's not only that, right?
Yeah.
I was thinking about like how do we deal with this sorrow, this pain?
Yeah.
And when I wonder about stuff, I go and ask my fellow dreamers about that. Let's hear what our dreamers have to say about sorrow.
Yeah.
What is the best way to deal with sorrow?
To talk about it.
Talk about it.
Talk about it, yeah.
Be with people, maybe.
Yeah?
Together with other people, maybe. To be active on the sports.
Sports.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's smart.
Sports is the best way for forget everything.
Talk with friends, a good friend.
Talk with a good friend.
Yeah. Patient good friend.
A patient good friend. A really good friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good points.
Those are good points. How do you deal with your sorrows?
Well, I talk about it.
You do?
Yes, I do.
And I'm so glad you do.
Yeah. And maybe some people think I talk about it too much. I don't know, but I don't care. That's not my problem. Because it's my sorrow. It's my grief. I have to deal with it in a way that makes sense for me. And yeah, no one can feel my pain. No one knows what to do. They're not in my shoes. And I won't tell anyone else how they should deal with their grief. Because we're different persons and we deal with things.
Their story, right? And they are very different. So
and I think you have to respect that there are different ways of dealing with it, and you have to do it in a way that is best for you. You have to own your own sorrow, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what I turn to is horses, of course, obviously, because they are healers, I guess, in a unique way that no one else can be. And of course, my children, obviously, that's pretty obviously, right?
Yes.
And boyfriend, family, everything, everyone I love, parents. But horses they sense things. They know who you are, they know how you feel, and they just let you be you, with all your flaws, with all your pain, with everything. And they're there for you. I can't explain it, I just feel it. That helps me a lot. And when Markus died, there was this horse, Maya, my daughter's horse. She was there. And I don't really know how it would have been without her to turn to, with no expectations or anything, just standing there and
She
let
was just
me.
there for
Yeah,
you.
she was just there. Yeah, and that helped. And I remember I said to my mom, because she was devastated, obviously, she and her
Yes.
husband, and I really didn't know what to do to help her, because I was in so much pain myself. And then I thought that, okay, they have lost their child. It's nothing that's worse than that.
That is the worst thing imaginable.
Yeah, it is.
It
And
is.
I thought, how can I help? And the only thing I could come up with, I have to take her to the stable. That's the only thing I could come up with. But she was afraid of horses, so it was
Quite
a challenge there. Yeah. But I remember the first time we were there after Markus died, and I said to her, Maja has the most warm and good hugs. They are so comforting. And she went into her stable. She was terrified, I guess, but she took her hand on her face and went to her and put her arms around Maja. And Maja just stood there and understood, okay, I have to be here for you now. And I cried and cried, because that was this moment, you know. Maja understood. And then she said, okay, I get it now. I know what you're talking about. And the first time she ride Maja, that was the first time she laughed after Markus died. Actually, yeah. So my daughter had a beautiful horse in any ways. Yeah.
That's the thing, right?
Yeah.
Had.
Yes.
Because
she died too.
Maja died when we knew each other.
Yeah. She died in 2018.
Yeah.
2.5 years since. And that was hard too, obviously.
I can only imagine.
Yeah.
You know, I have met horses not that many times in my life, because
No.
you know I was afraid of
Yeah,
them
I
for a
know.
very long time.
Yeah.
But after that was solved, yeah, it's like the horse has this wisdom and intelligence that just surpasses what we can conceive.
Yeah.
And it just sort of like,
It calms you down,
Yeah.
right? And give you a inner peace.
yeah.
I can't find that peace anywhere else.
And you know, when something horrible happens to someone and you don't know what to say to them, I think that's what the horse, because the horse just sort of holds the space,
Yeah.
and you can just sort of surrender to that.
Yeah. No words needed.
Yeah, no words needed. But you know, that's a dear friend of mine, Halvor, made some films for this support group for people who have lost their child, or has a child too little, I believe the name was.
Yeah.
And a lot of the films was sort of thematically themed around the thing, whereas what do you do when someone has lost someone?
Yeah.
Because there's this
You don't know what
darkness
to do.
and you don't know what to do. You just want to sort of like just back off, so just give
Yeah.
them some space.
You're so afraid of do something wrong or say
Right.
something wrong, but you don't have to say anything.
Don't have to
That's
say
the thing.
anything.
Just put an arm here.
Just need to be
Okay,
there.
I'm thinking of you, or lend an ear to listen, or a shoulder to cry on, or just
Yeah.
do this. That's enough. I see you. I know you're in pain.
See, yeah,
Yeah.
I see your pain.
That's enough.
I believe it's called empathy.
Yeah, it is.
It's a wonderful gift we humans can give to each other.
It is.
To
Yeah.
actually be empathic.
Mm.
Now we went to hang out with not Maya.
No,
But
because
Tess.
because when Maya died, then I thought that okay, no more horses.
Yeah, that was
I
it for you.
can't deal with this pain again. I just can't. But it didn't work out so well without either, and I didn't know what to do with that. And then I got this message from a friend of mine, which I hadn't seen for many years, but we studied at the nursery school together. And she wrote, I understand that you're in pain, but I just want you to know that I have several horses and I could use some help if you would like to. And I have this horse, Tess, that I think that you and her would find out things together, because I think you two are quite alike in spirit. She needs time, you need time.
Perfect for each other.
Yeah, Kjersti is that sort of person that senses things. And she just sensed that we would be a match. And she was right. But it was hard because I didn't know if I could dare to do that. And it wasn't Maya, right? And it was felt wrong somehow to think
move
about.
on, or- yeah.
But I don't really like the word move on, because I would never move on from Maya, because she's here
Yeah, right.
always. But it's about to do the best out of the situation and the rest of my life. Yeah.
Like,
So
maybe a better
that-
word instead of moving on would be to say include more.
Yeah, it is. Because I remember after Maya died, a childhood friend of mine, I talked with her and some others, and I said, no more horses, I can't do it, I just can't. It's too painful when they go. And then she said, yeah, I agree to that, but remember all the love on the way. Will you be without it? Yeah, I can't do it, I said. And then she said, but you have a big heart, Karianne. There's room for more. So that was the thing that I thought of a lot. And another person who was one of our rider instructors and at the riding school, Wenche, said to me, when I said no, there's no more horses, I can't. It won't be Maya. No one can feel her footsteps. And she said, no one can. But maybe someone can put steps beside. It's beautiful, isn't it?
That's very beautiful. It's just like there's room for more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I thought about these things when I got that message from Kjersti, and I think, okay, I have nothing to lose, because here I am crying and everything feels dark. I'm very sad, and I know that the pain over Maya won't go, but maybe I can try to feel something that makes me feel a little less bad. And I thought that, okay, I can try, but I can't make any promises. We just see what happens. And that was a long process. It involved a lot of feelings, ups and downs, and a lot of crying, back and forwards to the stable. But when I was there, the time with Tess, I was okay.
Yeah.
But all the feelings around it, I needed to. I needed time. So to start, I was there just now and then it slowly became more and more. And last summer, Kjersti and her family, they were moving to Selbu. It's quite far.
Yeah, that's
with the horses. And then she said, okay, what do you want? We can take Tess with us, but if you want her to stay here, she can be here with you. And here she is then.
You were ready.
I hadn't a choice then, because we had we had a connection then. I had known her for a year, and we had slowly built this bond between us. So I felt that I didn't have any choice when they were so kind to offer me her to stay. So that's how it is, and I don't regret it. I just wish that I could have my daughter with me.
Yeah, because she is not ready yet.
She can't. She's not ready. But someday I hope. But that's her story, and up to her to
This Tuesday I went with you.
You did.
To hang out with Tess.
Yeah, you did.
Which was great, because I hadn't been at the stable since my fear confrontation.
Yes, that's right.
And we brought Markus along, and we filmed the thing.
We did.
We can look at the clip. That's technology allows such things.
Yeah.
There is like a, I don't know, calmness. You know, when you walk in the forest, there's a calmness, right? Because the trees are grounded, and they've been standing there for what feels like thousands of years.
Yeah.
And it feels like the horse has some of the same sort of qualities.
They have.
Except it can move around.
Yes, but they're very grounded.
Yeah. But it's also, it's something kind of beautiful. The thing you talked about, how the horses like saved you.
Yeah, but I do, over and over again.
Yeah. And it's, you know, I think we humans often think that we have to talk about everything, right? With another human to sort of resolve things, but there is things happening just with our presence, or being together with other animals.
Yeah.
Or even other people.
Yeah.
There are times for talk, there are times for
But
silence.
I talk to the horses.
Yeah.
They don't answer with words, but it is your heart anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think maybe the horses see the bigger picture, the thing that we can't see, right?
Yeah.
So when we're coming here and we're like, and they're just, be cool.
Yeah, relax.
Relax. How long is it since Maya passed?
It was November 2018.
2018.
Yeah, in November.
Yeah.
So it's 2.5 years.
Yeah.
I still cry over her. Quite often. Grief is the price you have to pay for love, right?
It is.
So when there was great love, there is great pain. Yeah.
Yes.
That's just how it is. But I thought many times that I wish I could be more like shut down my feelings, so I don't let people or animals like so close to me, so to protect myself. But I don't know how to do that. Yes. I haven't figured out how to do that, and thinking about it, okay, I don't think I would have it that way anyway, because then I would miss so much good before the pain, you know.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be without it. So I have to deal with the pain. when it comes.
Yeah, so Maya helped you through the loss of your brother,
Yeah,
but then you lose the thing that helped you.
yeah. Yeah.
I can see that that's a big
And then
thing.
Tess had to help me further,
Yeah, right?
you know? And she does. Yeah, she does.
It hurts to be human, but the scars is
Who we are.
who we are. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
It was a pleasure to be with Tess.
Yes,
And
it is. She's
the
great.
white horse was named
Casablanca.
Casablanca.
Yeah, she's cool too.
Yeah. And it's so weird with like the calmness.
Yeah.
You're so like looking into something. I feel like timeless, or
Yeah.
it's very cool and awe-inspiring
Yeah.
with this creature.
Yeah. Such a peace.
Yeah,
It becomes so peaceful there.
I can see why you'd go there all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna play a song now
Yeah, do that. With your pink guitar.
with my pink guitar.
Yes.
But I was gonna play Everybody Hurts, but I'm gonna play that later. I think I'm gonna play that the Lean On Me song,
Yeah.
because that feels like the song we should sing now. I'll have the lyrics at hand, but I feel I've almost managed to learn it by heart. I'm sorry. It's the thing with the brain. It's only a semi-functioning device on the top of my head.
Yeah.
Start learning simply guitar today. I don't have to, because I'm learning it. Okay. But I feel like I know it. And now I'm just gonna... Okay. Sometimes in our lives we all have pain, we all have sorrow. But if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong, I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Oh, God damn it! Please swallow your pride if there are things you need to borrow, for no one can see those of your needs if you don't let show. So just call on brother when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you understand. We all need somebody to lean on. Lean on me when you're not strong. I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. But why? Oh, sorry. Very smooth third verse there. There is a load you have to bear that you can't carry. I'm right up the road, I'll share your load if you just call me, Lean on me when you're not strong, I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. And it's so easy to forget.
It's a nice lyric.
It is a nice song.
Yeah.
And I wanted to just share. It's important to also remember that the people are not there with us anymore. That we can also lean on them.
Yeah.
Because the experience which we had together, their personalities can help us in moments when we need it.
Yeah. You don't see it right away.
Yeah.
Because when they passed and quite some time, then all you feel is pain, right?
Yes.
And it's said that time heals all pain, but I don't believe in that. But I think time can teach you to carry the pain.
It's interesting. And I asked my fellow dreamers
Yes.
about this thing with time.
Yeah, because with time you learn to, or it just happened that at the start it just hurts
And then
a
it's
lot
sort of
to think of them. So what time does is that slowly you can think of them and be grateful too, and think of all the love, not only the pain. And that's important to take with you. Yeah.
Let's hear what the dreamers has to say about this.
Mm-hmm.
Can time heal all wounds?
No.
Yeah, I have to speak for myself.
Yeah,
I have been ill 5 years ago, and after a year I was up and going again. So I think time can heal health.
Yes, I think so.
Anything?
I will say I hope so.
Something happens, it takes a long time to be good again. So sometime yeah, sometime no. So nobody know about the future.
I was talking to my husband earlier today and told him how much I miss my dad. And I said, it's been a couple years since he passed away. I can't even think about him without feeling a very big sorrow. So no.
I understand, and I'm sorry about the loss of your father.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. People have different opinions.
Yeah.
They often do.
Yeah, and that's okay. But I think it depends on what you have in your baggage.
Yes.
Because if it's physical pain and you get rid of that physical pain, then time heal it.
Yes.
And maybe we are different too. But for me, losing Markus, losing Maya, that won't go away. That's a pain I have to carry.
Yeah.
Yeah. And everyone hasn't lost a piece of their heart, right? But it's when you do that, then I don't think time can heal that pain.
No. I guess also time is a very relative concept. Like, but obviously when you die, then
Yeah.
You are out of time.
But as long as I live.
As long as you are here on this earth, you will carry that with you.
Yeah.
I had this, it was sort of like a feeling or an image of this when losing someone is when you have someone in your life that you love, you sort of put some of that love into that person.
Yeah.
And they carry it around for you.
Yeah.
But when they pass, you get it back.
Yeah,
and it's sort of like both a very sad feeling because
you have so much love for the one who's gone. Still, that love won't go away.
Right.
But you have nowhere to put it.
Yes.
It just grows inside you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it maybe, you know, we humans are not too good on self-love.
No, we're not.
We're pretty horrible at it, actually.
Yeah.
And I have to admit, like the self-hatred. Well, that bugger seems to be very, very positive to, like, you know, when things are rough. It's like, yeah, we might as well exit this place.
Yeah.
Because self-hatred is very an intrinsic part of giving up.
Yeah.
Because when you're worthless, why even bother?
Yeah. But you're worthless for you, but you're not worthless for the people who love you.
That's what's so strange, right? Is you can tell someone that you love them a million times, but as long as they don't tell themselves that they're worth loving, that's sort of like a shield that's
that's true, but it's important to tell each other that you love each other anyway, because if you don't love yourself and you get the feeling that no one else do either, that's horrible. That's at least someone else loves you, right? Yeah. The self-love you have to figure out yourself.
Yeah, that's the thing with just you.
Yeah. But I think it helps to hear from others that they love you and that they think you are good as you are. And that's where the horses are very nice.
They are masters.
They are masters, because no matter how you are, how you look or how you feel, if you're nice to them and respect them, you're good enough.
You know, I didn't feel judged by none of the horses I met on Tuesday.
No.
They were just sort of like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. So people have a lot to learn from horses and other animals too, I guess.
Yeah. A non-judgmental and a more silent approach to... And I guess by that more empathic.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
We danced together.
We do.
Also on Tuesday.
Yeah.
That was our final class for the season,
Yes,
which has been somewhat amputated due to the fact that there's a plague.
Yeah.
But thankfully we got to have classes again, and we videotaped it.
We did.
You can't call it videotaping anymore. No one has a video camera.
No.
What's a video? No, that's a film clip.
Yes.
A movie file from a phone. So that was a choreography that we rehearsed
that day. Yeah.
Yes.
To our defense.
Yes. And now it's the time when we look at us and some of our fellow dancers dancing to hip hop hooray.
Yeah.
Hip hop hooray. Afraid of what I made and played it, plus a funky bit, so say you fit the trick. Pull that music in the monkey bit. Triggers from the
Yeah, I think we did fairly well.
Yeah.
And obviously, thank you to our wonderful coach, Nina, who really are pushing us to the limit.
Yeah.
And far outside of our comfort zones.
And the most important thing with our dance classes is to have fun.
It is.
Right. Yeah.
It is.
And we sure have.
We sure do.
Yeah.
We become like it's become a very nice place where we get together and enjoy the fact that we can move around with these bodies of ours to music.
Dancing is also great when things are difficult, right?
Yes.
Men use that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's fun and yeah.
And it's difficult.
And it's difficult, but
it's still my biggest struggle is letting go of my identity as Wolf Thunder Flitty, the guy who grew up in Trondheim in a white suburbia, middle class Norwegian town, who did fall in love with hip hop at a young age when he saw breakdancing and was like, "What the hell is that?"
That was cool.
But it disappeared very quickly from Trondheim, so I never sort of managed to discover it. Plus, I was convinced that I could not dance.
Yeah, I remember you said that. But look at you now.
But look at me now.
Yeah.
But still, like, my biggest challenge is letting go of the idea that I am this person who because of this and that cannot dance hip hop.
Yeah.
And like the attitude, the swagger, like that thing. That's the hardest part. Still losing yourself sort of into like the play of being a character, or just sort of like holding that space. But I've managed sometimes, and I'm pretty. At the end of the clip, I sort of
you nailed it there.
Nailed it. You sort of went off frame there, but then again, there was Markus wasn't there to help us out with the camera.
No.
We'll do that next time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'll look at the notes. I think it's. I think we've done a really good job.
Yeah. Shall I read the poem, or is it the time?
This is the time for the poem.
For the poem.
God. Yes.
But then I need my cell phone because
Find your cell phone.
Haven't learned it. But it's a great poem that I love. It's called When Tomorrow Starts Without Me. When tomorrow starts without me, and I'm not there to see, if the sun should rise and find your eyes all filled with tears for me, I know how much you love me, as much as I love you, and each time that you think of me, I know you'll miss me too. So when tomorrow starts without me, don't think we're far apart, for every time you think of me, I'm right here in your heart. Beautiful, isn't it?
It's sad, and it's beautiful.
And it's beautiful. And it's a little comforting too, I guess. Gives me comfort.
Yeah.
Because they're always in my heart.
They are.
Yeah.
I typically end the episode with a quote that I find on the internet, on this iPad device.
Yeah.
Search the internet far and wide, I think is the term. It was a very nice poem. I found one. I think this is a nice one. I was wondering if you would be so kind as to read it.
Yeah, I I haven't seen it then, but
No,
it's,
but I will give it to you like this, and then you can read it. And if you want to look somewhere, look into this camera over here.
yeah, okay. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make that change. The one and only Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
It's nice.
It did feel right. It's so easy to think that others need to change for you. But yeah. Just being who we are and sort of finding the self-love in that. And I think the most important lesson of today is be truthful about how you feel. Because it's...
And ask for help if you need it.
Yeah. I guess it's that fear of failure, right? Of being a failure. Speaking for myself at least. But you never are, you never can be. What's the word? A second chance. There's always... You know there's this Norwegian song by Alf Prøysen.
Yeah, yeah.
You will have another day.
Tomorrow, yeah.
And you will have a clean slate. And you'll get your crayons. And what I really love about the song is that, and then it says, and if you mess up again, you will have another day.
Yeah.
A clean slate.
Start over.
You can start over.
Yeah.
And that's easy to forget when you know when you made a mess of things.
Yeah.
It's so easy to think, well, now it's this is rock bottom, and now it's over.
Yeah.
But it never is.
No. It shouldn't be, at least.
No, it shouldn't be. And I'm thankful for you sharing your story. I think it's important.
I think so too.
And
so thank you for having me here.
Yes, it's a pleasure. From the bottom of, why is the bottom all of a sudden an impossible word? From the bottom of my heart,
Yeah.
which is bottomless, by the way.
Yeah.
Karianne, I love you.
Thank you. I love you too. You're a dear friend.
Thank you. And Markus, I love you, man. Thank you for hanging out here in the basement and helping me make this wonderful show. And to my wonderful viewers and patrons and everyone, I love you guys. To the people who are not with us anymore, various reasons, we love you.
Yeah. Always.
Always. Well, tune in next week. That was smooth. For the season finale of the Wake Up Show season 3. And thank you again. And I look forward to hanging out with Tess and you and Julian. Perhaps he will let me ride again.
Yeah,
I promise
maybe.
to keep my clothes on this time.
Yeah.
I might break the promise. I don't know. Unless it's illegal. I will end with a song, which is the song by R.E.M. Everybody Hurts.
Yeah.
And I think that is pretty true. Everyone does. Ads, why should pay for that guitar app soon, because it keeps running ads. I'll have to use the cheat just because things went so horribly wrong on the other song.
No, we didn't.
No, it didn't. But great. Okay. Yeah, so thank you. Is there anything else to add? No, I'll stop now. Sorry, it's becoming very unstructured. How unprofessional of me. Sorry. Okay. When the day is long and the night is yours alone, and you're sure you've had enough of this life. Well, hang on. Don't let yourself go. Everybody cries. Everybody hurts. Sometimes everything is wrong. Now it's time to sing along when the day is not alone. Hold on when you feel like letting go. Hold on when you think you've had too much of this life. Well, hang on. Everybody hurts. Take comfort in a friend. Everybody hurts. And I have to, sorry, lost. Don't throw your hand. No. Don't throw your hand when you feel like you're alone. The hair is getting in the way. Sorry. No, you're not alone. When you're on your own in this life, the days and nights are long. When you think you've had too much of this life to hang on. Well, everybody hurts. Sometimes everybody cries. Everybody hurts. Sometimes. So hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Everybody hurts.